My name is Dan Mangan, and I am currently in midnight sunny Dawson City, Yukon territories, and I am from Vancouver, British Columbia. I was really excited when I found out I was going to get to come and play here. It's one of those festivals. It's quite small in comparison to some of the larger ones, but it has a certain reputation, and all the musicians who have played before were all kind of like, "Oh yeah, you gotta go do Dawson." So, and I love the diversity of music that's here, and you get like rock bands and world music, and you get the band from Israel, and it's really neat. It's a good vibe, and it's in these kind of tiny little places where you meet all these great bands, and because you're all forced to kind of exist in this tiny little zone, you're forced to get along and kind of make friends, meet new people. And when I get on the road and I'm touring in bars and theaters and stuff like that, often I get so focused on getting the job done, kind of getting to the bar and making sure the merch is set up, and then playing the show, and then making sure that everything goes well, and then getting to the hotel and stuff. You get so carried away with the administration of it that you can kind of get lost. Whereas at these festivals, you get here, my phone doesn't work, I can't check my email. All I can really do is hang out and enjoy myself and watch great music and meet people, and it's work, but it's it's kind of like a vacation type of work. I've done quite a bit of touring actually with Elliot Brood. Met those guys in Australia a couple of years ago and did a tour with them, and it's been amazing to kind of watch them grow and succeed and do all kinds of interesting things. And it's a really neat part of this job, is kind of watching everybody's careers move, and everyone has a different path, everyone has a different way, but you kind of keep reconvening along the way. Yeah, well, when I was a kid, I definitely watched Fred Penner. I was a big CBC kid, and it was Mr. Dressup and Fred Penner and Friendly Giant. But he's amazing. The guy is amazing. He's like exactly everything you want him to be. He's really holistic and just a beautiful kind of soul, and yeah, he's a legend. The guy's a legend. I like the workshops a lot. It's a great chance to kind of sometimes you get some interesting material, that you wouldn't normally see in a regular set from the bands, and it's neat. It just kind of forces 4 people or 5 people who maybe don't know each other at all to kind of collaborate, and sometimes you get a really great chemistry on the stage between bands that have never even met before. A friend of mine, another songwriter, said once that as long as your life is still interesting, you will continue to write good music. And I think that that's really true. I think if your life becomes really boring and you kind of stop having interesting experiences, then you might run out of gas. But if you keep creating for yourself an interesting life to kind of perch on, then you're always going to have interesting things to think about and to write and create. So coming to the Yukon for the first time, I remember thinking about there are the cliches that are there. I mean, the gold rush and the kind of panning for gold, and the bears and the wildlife and the incredible scenery. And I think the thing that I forgot was just how uninhabited it is. I think that's kind of what I wasn't thinking of. The fact that this city has 1,500 people in it. It's like it's like 1 square block, and Vancouver would have more than that. So you kind of picture in your head that people are there, and I think what's amazing is that you really can get lost here. This is a good place to come if you want to be secluded, and there's something very Canadian, about the great wilderness and the plaid shirts and the lumberjacks, and people going and seeking out gold claims and stuff like that. Yeah, it's kind of neat. I'm really excited by this. I think it's a very cool place. I look forward to coming back for sure.
We're not us anymore.